This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Will, A Wonderful World. In the last episode, we finished another section for Li Wen, and then we finished Park Sang-gun and Carlos, which they Carlos had to threaten like a girl, gang war and all that other stuff, and Park had to deal with an abusive father, choking her mom out, possibly in a story. Kind of messed up stuff, so let's change it up and play as a cat. I was a stray kitten. Daddy called me Spotty. Daddy was like a daddy to me. He was an older homeless cat who'd always taken care of me. Ever since he found me, he would always bring me with him wherever he went. He had given me my name too. He had told me it was because of the yellow spots on my tail. Whenever we found some goodies, Daddy would always let me have the first bite. He would stroke my head and tell me, "Kiddo, help yourself. You're only 3 months old. You need more food to grow up." I was like Daddy the best. Today, Daddy was going to take me to the hill and catch some birdies, but it started raining heavily. Daddy said that because of the rain, the birdies wouldn't come out for their sunbath today. So we had to go back to the street like yesterday and look for some goodies to eat. I hope we can find some tasty chicken legs and fish steaks, meow. Unlike in the wild, there are many, many two-legged animals walking in the street. Daddy told me they are called humans. Because of the humans, the street was always very crowded, all day and all night. Sometimes when we come to a place where there are lots of humans, a few female humans would excitedly meow at me. What a cutie. And if I let them touch my head with their paws, I would often get some goodies too. But Daddy always warned me to keep my distance from them. Daddy said that humans are not to be trusted. The street was just across the road. I could see the shop with the fish sign from here, but we had to wait for the light to change. Daddy explained that the traffic laws in Korea are very strict. The fine is over 20,000. Whatever's. Wait, why would the cat? If we were caught, even if we turned in all of our hidden drive fish treats, it wouldn't be enough. There are many iron beasts running so fast in the streets. Daddy said those beasts are made by humans, and they are called cars. They're very dangerous. We must be careful not to get hit. So we must obey the law, The light finally turned green. I sprinted a little and went ahead. Daddy followed me slowly. He was a little old, and he had been injured before, but so he couldn't see very well. A beast near us suddenly let out a huge roar, bang, and shout as smoke came from under it. Cats, do they have 20 years and a long tail? Yes. They know how to watch the traffic lights? Yes. They know how to write letters too? Good question. Maybe they can write in their own language. We are gods. We always receive the translated version of the letters. That's fascinating. I wonder what the original letter looks like. The beast seemed to suddenly become shorter and was charging directly towards Daddy, screeching and screaming. It was like green light, The ground was covered with water. It was very slippery. I heard a loud slip. I looked back. He had slipped. I ran over, trying to grab him. The beast ran over Daddy in an instant. It didn't stop until it was almost at the crossing. A human kid opened the door of the beast and ran towards me and Daddy. Please help Daddy. I meowed at him for help. The kid tripped just a few steps from us. I recognized him. His name was Park Sang-gun. He lived nearby. I often get goodies from him. He was a good kid. He would help Daddy for sure. I kept meowing louder and louder, and for a few more adult humans in white coats followed him out of the beast. I thought they were all coming to help me and my Daddy, but they stopped at where Sang-gun fell and pinned him on the ground. While they were trying to drag him away, I saw a big dark red scar at the back of his neck. I had seen people in his home beat him. I didn't know he'd been hurt so badly. Sang-gun was dragged away by the white coat humans and thrown inside the beast once again. And then the beast just ran away. The whole time, no one had ever heard me meowing for help. I saw Daddy lying in his own blood. I almost couldn't recognize him anymore. I cried. Please, Daddy, take Daddy to the hospital. Please, someone. Humans walked by, glanced at us, and kept walking. It was like they couldn't see us or hear us anymore. Some humans covered their noses as if they had seen a dead rat. They were not like this before. They used to like touching your heads with their paws. Why? Was Daddy right? Were humans really not to be trusted? God, please help Daddy. Spotty. Way to ruin the moment by making the cat have a deep voice. Ruining games since 2012. I thought the lieutenant would commend me for resolving a crisis on my first day. Instead, I was scolded in front of the entire office as soon as I got back from the scene. I was even told to write a discipline report. It had to be 10,000 words long. I always hated writing. I'd rather run 100 laps on the field. So I decided to simply Google simple reports online without the lieutenant noticing. Yeah. Good luck with that. After lots of copying and pasting and rearranging, I finally completed the 10,000 word report. I felt exhausted afterwards, so I went to the bathroom to wash my face. I still could feel the impact of my organs after falling on the cushion. Fortunately, I was fit enough to endure it. A regular person would probably have to stay in the hospital for a few days. I looked in the mirror and saw the band-aid on my face. I gave myself a proud smile. I was getting out of the bathroom when I witnessed something incredible with my own eyes. Lieutenant Kang was holding a folder in front of him. Even though his face was mostly hidden behind it, I could still clearly see his expression from where it was. The cigarette he had in his mouth was slightly twisted. Some watery stuff was coming out from his eyes. They were without a doubt tears. He could cry. Is this really the eccentric dictator that I've been hearing about? And should I leave the room now? Should I? Stop repeating yourself, dude. Officer Min Jun left the office a while ago. The lieutenant must have thought I had gone home too. If he saw that I was still in the office right now, would he kill me for seeing all that? Yes, he would. I was struggling with the most difficult decision in the history of mankind. Lieutenant Kang closed the folder. I quickly hid back in the back room and didn't come out until I heard him walking out of the office wing. I looked around the office and realized that I was alone. I couldn't help but start walking closer to Lieutenant Kang's desk without even realizing it myself. The folder was still on the desk. It was a red folder. It said Archives of Criminal Investigation Unit 2 is on its cover. Unit 2. I heard that a few years ago the entire Unit 2 had been killed in a violent incident. Afterwards, Unit 2 became the only unit in the Busan Police Department, a criminal investigation department that had a designation but no members. Some people call it a ghost unit. Ghost unit. That's what I call my... Never mind. Due to the severity of the case, no one in the station would talk about it, especially older officers who had been in the precinct when it happened. Why did Lieutenant Kang care so much about Unit 2? Had he lost some colleagues during the incident? Wait, why did I care? It had nothing to do with me. I should just mind my own business. I went back to my seat. I created a new document on my computer, then typed the title, Unit Transfer You Request. But I couldn't think of another word afterwards. My brain was totally blank. It must have been worn out after writing the damned report that you didn't really write out. You copy and pasted it. I was straining my brain to figure out what to say next when a big hand slapped my shoulder. Yo. The new guy in Unit 4 is working hard. I wish my people could be half as diligent as you. The voice sounded as loud and powerful as a booming bullhorn. I almost jumped out of my skin when I suddenly heard it behind my back. I turned around as Lieutenant Kim Jong-ho of Unit 3. I stood up from the chair quickly and gave him a salute. He waved his hand. Young man, no need to be so formal. Go back and take a bath and rest in the spa. Don't work too hard. I checked the time. I didn't realize it was almost 11 p.m. The spa room inside the precinct was even bigger than my apartment. It was incredibly clean. It would be incredible to finish the day with a hot bath. I breathed in the steam, looked forward to a relaxing evening. Then I took off my clothes and stuffed them inside a locker. I closed the locker door and turned around. Lieutenant Kang was right there. Gross! He just got undressed. He was in great shape, with lean muscles all over his body. Did this just turn into a yaoi story all of a sudden? I didn't want to admit, but he was not screaming at me. Lieutenant Kang was actually a rather handsome man, despite being a little disheveled. Well, if that's the story we're going with. That's the story we're going with. I used to hear a rumor that despite his peculiar personality, he was still able to keep his position, in no small part thanks to solid support by the female police officers in the Criminal Investigation Unit. I guess it made sense. I had already witnessed the female officers from the unit smiling at the lieutenant in the hallway quite a few times on my first day alone. Why didn't anyone smile at me? Because you talk about justice all day. Speaking of which, not only was Unit 4 a small unit, it was also a sausage unit. What can I tell you? That's in a lot of places in the world. If only we had an awesome female officer in the unit as well. I hadn't talked to Lieutenant Kang after he yelled at me this afternoon. Yet now we were standing in front of each other completely naked. This was not awkward at all. We got in and out of the hot tub after a spa session. It seemed to last forever. Then we went back to the locker room. Well, that was awkward. We put on our clothes when we were about to leave. We never said a word to each other the whole time. I was hoping that I could relieve some of the tension between us. Can I write a letter to him? Why? Why don't I ask for a picture of his boss next time? I suppose I was too naive. piece of soap appeared out of nowhere and stopped near us. He reached out. I was taking my clothes out of my locker when I heard a noise. I turned around and saw what had just happened. My eyes involuntarily looked down. I looked back at myself, and then I looked down at the lieutenant again. This time our eyes met, and I could see something menacing in his eyes. Oh my God! I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't even see anything. Okay, fine, actually I did see something, but I really didn't mean to. I'm so screwed. Even if my request transfer was approved, it wouldn't be able to get out tomorrow. Maybe tonight. The lieutenant would just kill me. Please, Buddha, please tell me what I should do. What should I do? What exactly do you see? I have no idea. Yeah, sure you don't. Chang Gyeong-Min. I just let's just say sausage is on the menu. Let's just say that. Anyway. Alright, let's see if we can help the detective out of this awkward situation, and that's the help. I guess you can't have every single episode be like, you have like the cat's story, which is kind of sad, and then you have, you know, Chang's mission, which is a bit more silly, you know. So I guess they offset themselves. Okay. Oh wow, he's got 9 different options. Wow. Okay. And the cat only has 5. Great. Okay. Well, let's figure out what we should do here. All right. Okay. Let's do the obvious one where we just put everything on one side. See what we get there. No specific order, just. Lieutenant Kang rolled his eyes at me and stood back up by himself. Then he got dressed and left the locker room. I froze and stood like a statue. If only I had reached out to grab him sooner. No. I should have gone and picked up the soap. Don't drop the soap. Oh boy, was my career over? Daddy jumped ahead just in time and the beast missed him. Lucky. The beast kept running with smoke coming out from under it and ran straight into the next crossing. It was another red light. I saw the beast hit another, smaller beast. The smaller beast was knocked off its path and it was hit by a third beast. Soon the crossing was filled with all kinds of beasts, everyone of them barking loudly. Daddy and I turned away and kept walking towards the street. The end. That's a P ending for both of them, huh? Alright. Okay, that's what happens when you place all one on one side and one on the other, huh? So, okay. I guess we should just do all on one side and see what happens. Although the game did say something about how certain things will just be removed if they don't make sense for the scene, but no. Oop, ouch. I have a pop in my fingers. The locker room was filled with steam that drifted through from the spa. Oh, that and the same awkwardness. We remained silent until we both left the locker room. I was hoping to relax myself, but I felt even more tense now. Okay, that just... Okay. Okay, let's try going with some single ones now, just to kind of... okay, let's see where this gets us. Nope, nothing? Okay. Alright, okay. Ground, let's try... Okay, ground. Let's see. I'm trying to do some weird stuff here, so... Okay. Try that. I guess it doesn't really matter in this case. Probably either way. Lieutenant Kang rolled his eyes at me, stood back up by himself. He then got dressed and left the locker room. I froze and stood there like a statue. Did I just do something that I shouldn't have done? No. Or did I just forget to do something I should have done? Oh God, I have no idea which one it was. Oh boy, was my career over? A lot of his bad ones are just slight variations, but it almost seems pointless. Anyway, around feet of the beast happened to step on some soap. The beast turned suddenly to its side like it was drunk. Daddy jumped ahead in time, and the beast missed him. Lucky. The beast continued to charge ahead like a snake. Since the ground was so slippery, it tilted to one side and slid ahead very fast. It finally stopped after it hit a lamppost near the crossing. I saw a human kid fly out from the front of the beast and smash into the ground. He was lying there, not moving at all. The kid had yellow hair. Reminded me of a few foreign humans who lived nearby. He was too small. He was too far away. I couldn't see his face. I could always see the blood spreading up beneath him. More and more people started to gather around. Daddy shook off the rain on him and quietly said to me, "Spotty, if I'd been hit, the humans wouldn't care at all." I mumbled. I was still in shock. Daddy led me from the exit and continued the street. Okay, another rank B. Man, he's got quite a few rank A's where just nothing happens. That's rank A, huh? Of course, Park gets killed, possibly killed or hospitalized. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see if that does anything. Jose, so I guess no, it doesn't look like. I did something with the cat. The beast slipped in the water. The beast slipped in the wire, turned it inside suddenly like it was drunk. Daddy jumped ahead just in time, and the beast missed him. Lucky. Okay. The beast had run over the rails not too far ahead and finally stopped in the grass. Soon a human walked out of the beast. He seemed to be okay and just started yelling while checking his beast's round feet. I looked at the beast. Its body had some words on it, but I couldn't read. I had seen the sign next to it. I used to go hunting with birdies with Daddy in a place far, far away. It was deep inside the mountains. But on top of the hill, there was a building that smells like drugs. What do you know what drugs smell like? Daddy told me that was a hospital and had the same sign as the one on the beast. I remember thinking the hospital looked a little strange. The hospital looked a little strange. The humans inside didn't hurt at all to me, but none of them would smile. Some of them would burst into laughter or tears all of a sudden. They all looked like a little strange, not like the humans we met in the city. Humans were so strange. Oh, that's his S rank. No one gets hospitalized or killed, you know. Okay. Okay. Now we just need to figure out how to get our good detectives. The rest, because I think I've gotten most of the cat stuff, because he only has 6. So we have to do a couple for him. See if we can figure out how to get past that part. Okay, let me look at that history bit again. Well, we got a bunch of B's but no S's, and a bunch of looks like a bunch of like X ones as well. See the cat. But the cat has 2 S's. Okay, that's a bit weird. Okay. Try that, see if that gets anything. Round feet of the beast happened to step on some soap. The beast suddenly turned to its side like it was drunk. Daddy jumped ahead just in time and the beast okay. Found itself in the grass. This is repeating itself. I can read it. Sounds like it's probably going to be slightly different from the previous one. So this must be the cat's other S rank thing. Nothing new. How was that different? It was like not really any different. If it was, I didn't really notice it. Okay, well, anyway. Alright, what are we missing on the detective? We're missing probably his S and A and then all his X's. That's gonna be interesting to figure out how to unlock those. Okay. I'm just trying to think what to. He reached out, so just try to figure out what the. Yeah, just trying to figure out what the good combo would be for this. See if that'll work. Okay, that'll get us one. I accidentally caught and glanced Lieutenant Kang when I was taking my clothes out of my locker. Wow, his body was really top-notch. It was still wet, and drops of water were streaming down his skin. Okay, just make out already, guys. For any woman in the world, I was sure that Lieutenant Kang's hotness must be off the charts. I didn't know what had gotten into me, but I reached out and grabbed his arm. Lieutenant Kang acted like he'd been shot. He punched back immediately without ever looking back. Okay, apparently he's not in the dudes, because that would be that. Or it's just your personality. Then he saw those me. His face turned totally steely and green. His eyes were filled with anger. Never sneak up on from me from behind ever again. My nose felt like it was on fire. I couldn't feel blood coming out of it, but I didn't dare wipe it off. I had to stand there with one hand pinching my nose and watch as the lieutenant left the locker room. bad a day indeed. Okay, so... Alright, what do we got? Let's see. Let me try separating like a lot of these from him to just kind of work on his specific ones and see what happens. Okay. That get me anything? Okay, whoops. Wrong one. Okay. That's if we get that one if we do nothing. If we do nothing, evil wins. Okay. Maybe we just need to do some maneuvering and stuff like that. Yeah, let's see if that'll work. I don't think I did that combo yet. Lieutenant Kang took out a hairband, tied his messy hair together. I noticed 2 small dot-shaped scars on his left shoulder. It was almost like he had been bitten by a vampire. I suddenly shuddered for no reason. This was so strange, or that was so strange. There was nothing extraordinary about the scars. Why to have such a strong reaction? Could it be? I don't know. What could it be? I kept thinking about this on my way home. I continued to think about it in my bed. I couldn't think about it in my bed with my head. And I'm surely not dead. I still couldn't figure out the reason until I fell asleep. What do you mean? Probably a different story or whatever will tell us. Okay, that's C ranking. So, okay. Let's try. Okay, let's try. Ooh, sorry. Ugh, just. Okay, let's try this one. See that what that. Okay, did I do that one already? Oh no, I did. Okay, never mind. I thought I hadn't done those before. Whoops, whoopsie. Okay, that's not the one I want to do. So let's see. Try. Whoops. Yeah. Okay, try that. And then that. Maybe we can get something if we do the whole. If we do it all just back to back, then I guess maybe something what you did. I pulled Lieutenant Kang up from the floor. Well, should I say something? Did that hurt, Lieutenant Kang? It didn't sound appropriate. I was still thinking when Lieutenant Kang swept away my hand. He mumbled something and turned back to his locker and got dressed as if nothing had happened. I went back to my locker in silence too. What did the lieutenant just say? I could see that face was all red, maybe because of the heat. Maybe it's just saying something like that. Shit, it's so fucking hot here. That must be it. Okay, we get a A rank for that. So now we're just missing S rank and another X rank or whatever you want to call it. So we'll just have to figure out which one's the right combo. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let me see what this gets us. Let's get into something. So, I actually caught a glance of Lieutenant Kang when I was taking my clothes out of my locker. Wow, his body's really top notch. It was still wet, and drops of water were streaming down his skin. For any woman in the world, I would sure that Lieutenant Kang's hot. Okay, that's routines. Okay. Cover your eyes, folks, if you're not into the M-on-M stuff. The lieutenant stopped wiping his body, looked back, and noticed me staring at him. He seemed to be asking me about with his look. What are you... What are you doing? What was I doing? Strangely enough, I had no idea what I was doing either. It's like the player of the game is making me do stuff I don't want to do. I couldn't believe the air between us got even more awkward than earlier in the spa room. This was a complete disaster. Well, maybe you guys are just figuring more about yourselves and being more comfortable with yourselves. Nothing wrong with that. Not my thing, but hey, go ahead. I knew I must let go of him immediately before this went even further. But before I could move, Lieutenant Kang reached out with his hand and grabbed my arm. I didn't know you were two. Let me take you to a great place. Whoa, this is getting hot and heavy. Oh boy. After we left the station, Lieutenant Kang took me to a bar. I never would have guessed that after that day, the relationship between Lieutenant Kang and I would turn into something completely unexpected. Rank Z. What does that mean? Does that mean rank Z where it gets like almost a super adult, you know, like in terms of sexual? Maybe. It's like basically they say, so the difference on the X rank and the Z rank is that they just go, I didn't know you were in a men as well. So the yaoi ending, as I would like to call it. Okay, so we got. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't think Z ranking was a thing. But then again, when you look at the beginning of the game, when you it talks about grabbing like not paper towels, napkins or not napkins, whatever, you know, for blowing your nose and stuff like that, Kleenex and stuff like that. I thought that just meant for like sad things, not for, you know. Okay, let's try to get the S rank and change that image from our head, shall we? Sorry, not my thing. So, but something for the ladies, am I right? Or the men or that type of thing. Okay. Let's see. Now we're just trying to. I assume now we're just trying to get the S rank at this point. I just have to figure out the good. Did I do this particular one last time? I thought I did this one before. Oh, maybe it was like one or two things got switched. Actually, I think it was the grab him and reached out. I think I switched those two. I grabbed Lieutenant Kang and tried to pull him up, but I slipped and fell too. We had to go back to the hot tub and take another bath to clean ourselves. The water was still really very warm, but I was already used to the temperature after the first time. Lieutenant Kang wrapped his towel around his neck again. He didn't close his eyes this time, though. He just seemed to be staring blankly ahead. It was only the two of us in the spa room. It was so quiet, again. Nothing else was in the air except the steam from the water and the awkwardness. Maybe it was my imagination, but Lieutenant Kang was almost looked like a normal, accessible person for a while. I was almost going to ask him something, but eventually I decided to let it go. Let it go, let it go. I don't actually know the rest of the words. It was already after work. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it. That's the S rank? Huh. So wait, how do you get an S rank for him in the cat? Because doesn't the cat require some stuff? Yeah, a piece of soap has to be. Well, actually, no. He has double S's, but we only have one S for this one, and that requires all of them, doesn't it? Oh yeah, an S and A is only like a slight difference. Wow, that's crazy how different that is. Huh. Well, let me see. Do we got any posts? No. So we have to figure out a way to make those both S's apparently. Well, let me think. Piece of soap. Let me see what happens if I just move the piece of soap thing. See if that does anything. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, let's see what we got next in the mail. The mail's come in. So Alicia has a new story, Little Baby Lamb Billy, and she escaped her captors, right? So at least the cargo shorts and the beach shirt. Well, this game is weird. Sometimes it gets like super like serious and dark, and then sometimes it gets silly. I assume Alicia's story isn't really that serious. I mean, she was human trafficked, for God's sake. So the detective seems the one that seems to have a combination of silly and serious for the most part. But anyway, the next episode of Will, A Wonderful World, we'll see what Alicia and the good detective have in common in this case. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.